Hey, this is Diana, the Midnight Rose. Today is Friday, Venus Day. She's also back in her exaltation of Pisces. So we're going to do a love reading or try to. Unfortunately, I'm surrounded by extremely rude, trashy people who like to yell and scream right outside my apartment. So we're going to try to do this before they wake up. All right. Oh, you just don't even know what I'm going through here. Government housing. You gotta love it. So shuffle the card. All right. Shuffle. Show you my shuffling, even though my camera's being funny. Okay. Refocus, Mr. Camera. Okay. Here we go. We'll just go ahead and keep drawing while it's figuring out the focus. Okay. We're jumping right in today. Mother grab her glasses because she's half blind. I have old eyes. Okay, so the Six of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Emperor. Those are the cards to get started with. And this is, by the way, the Tarot of Mystical Moments. I love the beauty of this deck, even if I'm not as quite as familiar with it as a conventional Rider Waite. But okay. It looks like you're really trying to break out of something. And ironically, love. Love is trying to break out. All right, but I want to draw a few more cards here before I really start getting into the meaning here. I'm going to do some oracle cards as well here in a little bit. Okay. King of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. The real balancing act is going on there with that card. Okay. All right. Well, and the last time I did a love reading, I saw somebody powerful, somebody respected in the Hierophant, and possibly a spiritual nature. But here, the Emperor is more like a leader. You can see all the little people around him, and he's holding the strings. He's the boss. Love is trying to break out here in the Seven of Wands, break out of prison, so to speak. And this kind of mirrors last week's reading a little bit in those two cards. But there is definitely an issue around finding balance. Um, and also, we have the King of Wands, somebody very creative, fiery, and very much a master of their creativity. So, all right. Well, and with the Six of Wands, that is victory. That is a victory card. So, and it's no coincidence that Venus just came back into her exaltation. And my computer's too close. Uh, Stop doing that with the lighting. Anyway, so this is the victory card. And this is, last week I had a very positive love reading for everybody. This is even more positive. You're having the victory. Love is breaking free. And with Venus in retrograde, it was the whole Venusian romance and love was kind of limited and confined. That's, when Venus goes retrograde, it's the dark night of her soul. And she's still retrograde, but at least now she's in her exaltation back in that instead of Aries, where she was really hindered, really fallen in her detriment and fallen. So, okay. So, and then once again, I see somebody coming into your life if they're not there already. Someone that has a lot of power and authority, but also someone very creative. Um, because if I just saw the emperor, I would be worried about somebody that abuses power, the potential for that. But when you reinforce it with the king of wands, and that tells me it's somebody that's really creative, a master of their projects, passionate, very passionate. Because I do see the emperor as kind of a cold fish, but in conjunction with the king of wands, that kind of changes the whole dynamic there. Definitely not a cold fish, definitely quick, passionate, but being careful to balance things, especially if this is someone new. We have a tendency to go overboard. New relationship energy. I had somebody once call it. I think we all know what that's like when you first, the honeymoon phase of a relationship. So it's important to find balance, to not let this person overwhelm you because they're a big personality. And so, it's not that they may be trying to overwhelm you and outshine you. They just naturally do it. So finding that balance of still being you and still being an important part of any kind of partnership or relationship is something that you need to make sure that you do. I'm going to draw a couple of the oracle cards. I love you to the moon and back. Doesn't say I love you to the moon and back. It just says to the moon and back. But of course, that's what I think of. I think we all think of that now. Thank you, Game of Thrones. No rain today. Let's be a little more positive. Rhetorical. This is a great reading. This is really, really great for you for romance prospects. So, no rain today, although actually we do have some rain today, literally. But the clouds are clearing, things are getting better. Um, no rain, and I also think no more tears. That's what I think when I see this. To the moon and back. This is the real deal for somebody out there in the collective. A man who's powerful but very creative and very passionate. If this resonates with you, then this reading is meant for you. And this is put the pedal to the metal, full speed ahead. I see no downsides on this relationship right now. Of course, things always change, and with the relationships, things can happen. But right now, this is a healthy relationship. And even if it doesn't last in the long term, which of course we hope it will, there is something to be gained and learned from this relationship and this being with this person. So that is your Friday reading. So hopefully this person's already in your life, but if not, be looking for them as you go into the Friday weekend meeting ritual. All right. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Please leave me comments. I get hits, a little bit of hits and views on everything, but nobody's giving me any feedback. And I would love to know how these readings are resonating with you. So, all right, I'll see you in the next reading. Thank you. Bye bye for the Midnight Rose.